Okay, so today we are back to the Predator series, but this is, as far as I'm aware, a Predator that never aired on Hansen vs. Predator. I don't know the background of it. I've seen this Predator specifically, I think, once, because I saw Cinnamon Toast Ken react to it, and I was like, I don't remember that Predator, and I half remember, I think, him saying something about it. So let's have a look on Reddit and see if there's any background to it before we get into it. Oh my god, fuck off! He's younger than me! He was born 1996. I was born 1989. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, seriously? I thought this guy was like 41 in this episode. Okay, so he is notable for having his respective episode of Chris Hansen unreleased due to the depressing subject matter. Okay, there was depressing subject matter around the military guy or whatever it is. I remember him blaming him being a predator on PTSD. Shut up. Okay, I was scrolling down for a second. I just saw his age at the time of the sting, and I actually can't believe this. Okay, so in 2019, Hansen released the unedited episode as premium content on his Hansen vs. Predator YouTube channel. So Vincent was only a 19-year-old. 19. He dropped out of high school. He worked as a caretaker for his grandfather and lived with his parents. He was depressed and was undergoing medication from a psychiatrist, but the medication was not working. Okay, you can be depressed, and I have all sympathy for people that have mental illness. I've suffered with it since I was 15. I've found my triggers and I'm able to manage them now. But having depression does not make you a predator, does not make you attracted to people underage. Same with the PTSD guy. I have sympathy for anyone with PTSD, but I do not have sympathy if you try to use those kind of mental illnesses as an excuse for your terrible fucking behaviour. That is not an excuse. End of story. I don't know if it's going to get into this in the thing, because it goes directly into him talking to the decoy. Engaged in sexually explicit conversation with the decoy, who was posing as a 12-year-old. He drove over 65 miles to meet the child for sex. I don't have any sympathy. Oh my god. So how old are you? 12. So he definitely knew how old this girl was. You like older guys. I meant a naughty pic, not full naked. So the picture's been cut off. I'm guessing that's to like protect the actual underage kids photos that they use. Okay, so we 100% showed something. It's had to be completely like covered. I'm going to assume that's a dick pic. I'm sorry, I will never understand this. I'm not that big. I bet I could fit in. I hadn't read the whole thing. It just reminded me of Jeff Sokol, where he's like, I'm not very big, but I know how to pleasure a girl. I was expecting it to be like that. And then he's asking a 12-year-old, have you ever played with yourself? What is wrong with you? Again, this is not a depression thing. This is you are a predator thing. It's not natural even for a 19-year-old to be attracted to a fucking 12-year-old. I wish I could see your cute little body. I'm reading these so you remember, you don't have to feel sorry for this guy. People can have mental illness. They don't say shit like this to children. And the only reason they might is if they think they might actually, maybe take their own life, and therefore let's just go out with a bang kind of thing, because maybe they've always wanted to do it or something. That's the only reason I can correlate the two. Otherwise there is no excuse. Not that that's an excuse anyway. Why is he asking this stuff? Have you ever put anything inside you? How are you asking this of a 12-year-old? Even she's like, ew, now. That's how girls play with themselves. How would you know? So, these are the replies for me. So, ever rub yourself down there? No, just taking a bath. That's not how you practice for sex. Fuck off. He has a cousin that's 12. This guy is a fucking risk. Did he invite his cousin into this conversation? Oh my god. I don't think I can include this. He wants to see her down there. He wants to see if it will hurt her or not. Oh my god, this is repulsive. Well, I'm going to do it to you, as if she's got no fucking say in the matter. Ugh. I want to see how small it is. This is so... I feel ill. Sorry, I'm so sorry. He's put his dick up against a toothbrush to show how fucking big or small it is. I'm sorry. Like, I know we've seen chats before, but because they're edited for TV, you don't normally see this much in depth. Also, why do men insist on sending dick pics? Sorry, but it ain't pretty. No one wants to fucking see it. And they especially don't want to see it if they haven't asked for it. Jesus. I just wish you could put... Oh, I don't want to read this. It will break the hymen and it won't hurt so much. There might be a little blood if you do it yourself, so don't freak out. It is normal, don't worry. There's no fucking way I'm going to feel any sympathy for this guy at all. This is the most important thing to a girl. You want me to take your virginity. And he's so enamoured by that. Oh God, I feel sick. I want to make myself to a bunch of pictures of you. I'm not saying all of these words because I feel fucking ill. Sorry, I'm really horny. I've had guys do this shit to me, but like, oh, sorry, I was just horny that day. Okay, control yourself. Even if she was of age, fucking control yourself. Especially if you haven't ever met the fucking person before. Jesus. Oh my God, stop it. Oh, 6 years I can be done with college. Well, considering he dropped out of school, I doubt it. But I'll probably have a house. It's not that easy to get a house. You could come live with me. Yeah, in 6 years she'll be 18, but still, Jesus. Talk about grooming. I wish I could see you... And then he's asking for bikini pics. I can't. This is so disgusting. We will have sex. Again, that's not up to you. Even if the person's of consensual age, it takes two to give consent. Just saying we'll have sex is very, because I'm coming all this way to you, we better fucking have sex, and if you don't, I'm just going to rape you anyway. That's what it sounds like. The fact that he's saying he wants her young so bad. Oh God. I feel fucking sick. We haven't even got into the video yet. Okay.
Come on in.
I'm sorry, the cowboy hat will never not be weird as fuck.
You found the house okay?
You're Jenna?
Yeah.
You look different than the pictures.
I bet she does. Predators really don't like... To them, it doesn't matter. Predators don't care. Even if they catfished them, they're still thinking, oh, no matter what, it's a young girl, I'm still going to prey on them. It literally doesn't matter to them. That's why it doesn't even really faze them that she doesn't look anything like the pictures.
People always say that. I don't know why.
People always say that. Yeah, you're not the first predator that they've caught.
Do you want a cupcake? I like your hat.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I fucking hate when the predator's going for a hug. I fucking hate it. I felt really uncomfortable then because he was really close to her as well, like really close to her.
No, alright, sorry.
We have all day. Sorry, I'm really nervous.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
They get really fucking cold when they get rejected for a hug, don't they?
I hate the cold.
I know. I forget how cold it gets every winter and then it hits. And
I will never find this not weird. He sits on the opposite side of the counter to her.
I'm moving south.
Where to?
I want to go towards like Texas, the desert.
Of course he does, because he's got a cowboy hat.
Really? I've never been.
Me neither. But I like the
That
warmth.
explains the cowboy hat.
Yeah, I like the warmth.
It's weird that he's, that's the seat he chose, but I appreciate the fact that she can get away from him really fucking easy now. To get to her, I'd have to like jump over the thing, or he would go all the way around.
Yeah.
It's too cold up here for me.
I don't know.
Mom wants to go to the beach.
So you're not a Four Seasons person?
Not really.
No.
I don't. I want to try Alaska. Me and my friend want to go try to live up there.
I heard it's beautiful up there.
She does a really good job not appearing, obviously she hasn't seen the chats, but I don't know how you can look at any of these men the way she does. Like, she's a good actress. Knowing they're there to come and fuck a 12-year-old or 13-year-old or however old these kids are that are here in these chats, they go out of their way to fucking talk to, will never not creep me the fuck out to my core. And then reading the chats, I've been saying for a while, and I'm not calling for this, to be clear, but I can foresee this, okay? This is I think this is going to happen, and with hindsight, I think I'm going to be right. As we've talked about in previous episodes, that there's been episodes as if this is a fucking series, but I mean, it's a series on my channel. We've talked about this previously, that pedophiles just aren't being put in prison for long enough. They're not being put in prison in some cases at all. People are not being protected. Children are not being protected at all from pedophiles and predators. I can foresee vigilantism because what is the point of someone going to the police? I can persuade people thinking this, by the way. What is the point of people going to the police when they're constantly turned down saying there's not enough evidence, or they only go away for like, you know, a couple of months, if that, or don't go away at all, or if they're rich, then all they've got to do is pay people off, etc. Or if it's, in some cases, police, like with Sarah Everard, there was a police officer who was also at the same precinct as the same person that raped and killed Sarah Everard, who it had been found out that had also raped someone. I think it was in their care in the police station, and the person had made a complaint, but you know, they didn't investigate it. It's been proven from like an external source that there's a number of police officers that go into that profession specifically because they can utilise that power to their own advantage, and a lot of them it is to abuse that power. There has been a lot of cases against police officers, and so many of them get dropped or filed away or unresolved. It happens all the fucking time. I don't know what my point was. That's why I'm saying there 100% probably will be vigilantism at some point because people don't trust police at all anymore.
He likes the outdoorsy stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Would you make these?
No. I'm not that good.
I like to bake.
Yeah.
My heart's racing.
Mine is too.
Again, she acts so well because I just can't. I don't understand.
Do you want a water or anything?
No. Yeah, give me a cup of water.
So what do you want to do? You want to just hang out here?
Yeah, you got a TV?
Mm-hmm.
Sit and watch TV?
Sure.
Do you see how she just tapped her ear? She's really being like, are you guys gonna do something? Are you gonna bring Chris in at all? Because I'm really fucking uncomfortable.
Do you want to like watch a movie or
Yeah,
TV?
movies?
Mm-hmm.
What movies you got?
I mean, we can just get something on Netflix.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where's the TV?
It's in the other room. Here, you just hang out here for a sec. I'm gonna grab something.
Hey Tex, how you doing?
How you doing?
Why don't you come over here and have a seat at the store, please?
Yeah, I kind of figured it.
Kind of figure what? No. Let's go right over here, please.
Again, they took their fucking time.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Why did he put his hat on to talk to Chris? I don't get it. No, I figured that was what it was. Yeah, well, first of all, what 12-year-old was going to be attracted to you? What 12-year-old wants to see your... What 12-year-old would have been talking to you like that? I know they don't say anything sexual at all in the messages to these perverts, but the predators constantly make it sexual. If any 12-year-old was to have even like a good-looking 19-year-old messaging like that, they would drop out of the conversation so quickly. You started sending pictures and started asking for fucking nudes. They're 12.
Good, how are you?
I knew this was going to happen.
You knew what was going to happen.
Somebody was going to show up here.
Somebody was going to show up here.
It's alright.
Here come the excuses, I guarantee.
You know what? I have nothing to live for anyway.
I have nothing to live for anyway. That's what I said, didn't I? I said if there is any correlation to depression with the reason for him doing this, it's because if he's going to kill himself, then he's just going to do it. He's just going to take the risk because it's not actually a risk anymore.
Well, what do you mean you?
Remember those messages. Don't feel bad for this guy at all.
Life's a mess.
Yeah, of course it is. You're messaging a fucking 12... You're literally sexually messing a 12-year-old. Of course your life's a fucking mess. You're a predator.
Why is it a mess? I failed high school. I have no motivation to finish it.
But apparently you were going to go to university for 6 years. Sorry, I just... but you failed high school.
None of the pills about work.
Then go to the doctor and get a new medication and try something else. Don't go to a 12-year-old's house.
What do you do for a living? I don't have a job.
You're not the first predator that doesn't have a job that turned up here. Just because you don't have a job doesn't make you a predator.
I'm a fuck up.
I love how Chris is not saying anything. He's just letting him
Look, I can understand how tough that is on you. But why does that make it okay? I wasn't gonna do anything.
You sent dick pics. You were asking for nude pictures of a 12-year-old. You were asking her to break her hymen. Fuck you.
But that's not what you said. I know. I want to be a cop. I wasn't gonna do anything.
Did he just say he wants to be a cop? because that doesn't help your case at all. I've only seen this episode once. Don't remember anything bar like a couple of things about the fact that he was wearing a cowboy hat and he sat on the opposite side of that breakfast thing. Don't remember anything that he said. Didn't even remember he had depression, and that's the reason why this was unaired. The fact that I just went through the fact that people get into the police profession because it is a position of power and they utilize that for their own gain does not help his case.
You want to be a cop?
I'm a friend.
Well, then why don't you go join the police academy or...
I'm fat. I can't do anything.
Look, I've mentioned this before. I'm also overweight. But again, being overweight does not make you a predator. If you want to go into a profession like police, also American police, like, aren't a number of them overweight? If you want to commit to a career, then make some effort towards it. It doesn't just happen. This is what used to frustrate me about someone I used to know. They were constantly saying like, oh, well, my manager's not taking any time to train me and all this sort of stuff. I was like, right, are you going and ask, but they take time to train somebody else? I was like, right, but are you asking to train with them? No. Well, that just doesn't just happen. If you're very, very, very lucky, I've been very lucky that I've been taken under the wing of quite a few people, but that's because I worked my fucking arse off and I took on roles before I was ever promoted. That stuff doesn't just happen. You have to work your fucking butt off to get to where you want to in any career. Even with influencers, like people with millions and millions of followers, they work their fucking asses off and they produce content after content after like loads and loads of videos, loads of content, and it took some of them months, or a lot of them when it was on like earlier YouTube days, like Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie and Markiplier, etc. Like it took them years to gain money for their chosen career. Years. They had to have side hustles. I remember PewDiePie, I don't really watch him anymore, but I remember him saying a long time ago that he used to actually do like drawings and stuff for people and he used to sell them. He was selling those to make ends meet because he couldn't afford like to live on the income from YouTube. It took him years before he could do that. It doesn't just happen overnight. And don't get me wrong, I know that depression, again, dealt with it myself. I know it really makes you not want to do anything and you end up like vegging out in your bed for days and days and days because you don't have any get up and go. But what I will say is, if you are sexting a teenager, you have some get up and go. Sorry, but you fucking do. Just put that energy somewhere else, somewhere healthy, maybe.
Look, I had a father who was overweight. I get it. It's tough.
Stupid.
I feel nothing. I feel empathy really, really easily for people. Like, I can watch sad movies, or even, you know that Office scene where, is it Pam? I've never even watched the American Office, but I think her name's Pam, and she has like loads of pictures that she did of like, their office and all that sort of stuff, and Steve Carell's character turns up, and he's like really proud of her. He's literally the only person that showed up to support her, and is genuinely like proud of her, and it makes me like tear up every single time, no matter how many times I've seen it. So like a lot of shit makes me emotional. I saw a video of like Taylor Swift, I think she's got 3 shows left, and she was talking to the audience and she was literally like tearing up, and I was tearing up like just listening to her. This, nothing. Because these are fake crocodile tears, first of all, and secondly, I don't feel sorry for predators. Sorry, I don't.
But still, that doesn't make it okay.
He got worried about that for a second. He could have brought out a gun and just like shot himself in the head. They really should have some sort of like metal detector as they walk in.
It's okay to conduct yourself this way on social chat sites and talk to a girl who's 12 years old. What grade are you in? 7. Cool, could I see a pic of you? You like older guys. You said all this, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden the tears are gone. Did you notice that? They're completely dried up. Not even like a thing in his voice. Nothing.
I meant a naughty pic. You send a picture of yourself.
I know, don't remind me.
No, we will remind you because you're disgusting.
I'm not that big, but I could fit inside you.
Oh, don't say it, Chris. Don't say it.
Have you ever played with yourself? I mean, you see how this looks.
He's trying to make Chris stop by crying, and it's not going to work. It fucking better not work.
How did you get to this place?
Which place? This is just me.
Look, everybody's got personal problems, right? But that doesn't mean it's okay to do this. You get that, right?
Yeah. Such an idiot.
How far did you drive today?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
To see a 12-year-old and do the things he said he wanted to do to her, whether she wanted to or not. To drive that far, you don't just make that decision. This isn't, oh, I'm going to go to a gig like, you know, a few towns over. This is, you're making a decision that you could go to jail for.
And how many other times have you done this?
Never.
You all say that.
Well, that's hard for me to believe, Vincent.
She said she wanted a friend. I'm stupid.
Friends don't send dick pics. Friends should not sexualize their friends. And I've had friends do that and they got cut out. They got blocked. I'm not here for your sexual gratification.
But there's no friends 19? 20?
I have one friend, he's always working, nobody else. Look at where I dress and stuff. Everybody thinks I'm weird.
Everybody thinks you're weird because you're a predator. You're probably looking at fucking kids. That's why people think you're weird.
I mean, have you tried to get some help?
With this stuff?
Yeah.
No, I never told anybody anything.
How often do you go on the internet
To do that,
to do this stuff?
Not with girls, not little girls.
Not with girls, so you do it with boys. You notice how he changed it to little girls because he was trying to protect himself. He could have done this with underage boys too, the way he had to correct himself.
You get this as a felony, right? What are you going to do about this situation? I mean, you got to pull it together. Where'd you go to school?
Ketchum.
Where?
Ketchum and Wappingers.
Ketchum and Wappingers Falls.
That's a hell of a long school name.
Did you finish?
I failed English, participation in government, economics. I'm supposed to be doing them online. I don't have any motivation to do anything.
But you have motivation to talk to a 12-year-old fucking girl.
Well, what happened to your motivation?
Just this depression is so crippling.
I hate when fucking predators use depression or any mental illness as an excuse for their bullshit. I really do.
Did you go see somebody, a doctor?
I'm seeing it. What is he? I think he's like a nurse practitioner, kind of. He prescribes my medicine, and I'm not a big talker about my feelings, so he talks to me about it. When I go, he prolongs the appointment for me.
I'm reading comments while he's stammering through his sentences. Just remember, 10 seconds before he turned on the works for Chris, he wanted to Netflix and chill with a 7th grader. I love how he says he has no motivation but drives a whole hour to commit a felony. That's chaos theory. Oh my god, I didn't even realise that. I can't get over the decoy is older than the predator. No fucking way. I didn't even clock that.
So you've been diagnosed with depression?
Bipolar depression.
Bipolar. It's a tough disease. What do you take for it?
He gave me 10 milligram tablets to take it, start with 10 twice a day. He says,
I'm going to cut a lot of this out because Jesus Christ, he is just waffling. And again, do you notice all of a sudden, no tears, no stammer in his voice, nothing.
I was taking 330, so I was taking 180 a day.
That's a lot of Adderall.
Isn't Adderall meant to give you energy? Stimulation drug containing sorts of amphetamine. Both are stimulants. How does Adderall make you feel? Essentially, it makes you feel normal. It increases the ability to stay focused, concentrate, pay attention. So, if someone has ADHD, it can calm him down for sure, but he doesn't.
What did that do to you?
I was so antsy. I was angry at my dad. I was angry at everybody. I picked my fingernails to nothing.
Did you ever try to diet?
I've actually, with the Adderall, I lost weight. I lost about 20 pounds, and I've lost 40 pounds since January.
So the Adderall's making him lose weight. So in a few months, would he not be able, if he actually, I don't know, went running or just, became a bit more active, wouldn't he be able to go for a cop position? Well, he failed high school, so probably not, but still.
How are you going to get back on track here?
He says he wants to try now a month with this Adderall to see if it works. I just want to get shock therapy.
He wants to get shock therapy. I know some people that would love to give you shock therapy.
It's that bad.
I sat on the floor and I cried the other night to my mom.
I know I sound really cold to this person, but remember the messages at the start of this fucking video. This is the same person. There are no tears. I'm not saying he's making this stuff up, but he is throwing a fucking pity party to try and get out of the fact that he was going there to prey on a 12-year-old girl. If this was anyone else who wasn't a fucking predator, caveat of course, I would of course feel sympathy for them. I do not feel sympathy for predators.
Listen, I can empathize with all of that, except this. I mean, it's pretty graphic. I mean, you shouldn't be
Just another
sending
thing
pictures
to
of your
list.
genitals to
Right.
a 12-year-old girl, right? Do you have any hobbies?
Not really. I like driving and I like smoking cigars, but I can't do that for the rest of my life.
I like driving and I like smoking cigars. Fuck, mate. Get a hobby. Jesus.
When did this start for you? When did it get off the tracks for you?
The depression?
Yeah.
It's like since I'm 12, 13, I think it started. I've been through 4 or 5 doctors, millions of different pill combinations. That's why I wanted shock therapy.
Oh my god. Vincent put on a good sob show, but he deserves zero sympathy. He had CP on his computer, who's been fantasizing about preying on young girls before this happened. I've said this before in different videos of the Predator series. People don't just become predators overnight. They find themselves attracted to younger people, then they go out of their way looking for, like, scandalous kind of photos of underage people. Then they look for CP. Then they look for someone to talk to. Then once they start sexualizing that person they've found to talk to, then they go out of their way to go and physically engage with that person. It escalates over time because, for example, they think, oh, at least if I use CP, then I'm not hurting anyone, even though obviously the CP has had to be created somehow. So it's clearly fucking hurting someone. I mean, look at the CPAI that we spoke about last time. The thing is, it escalates because they think like, oh, well, the CP will deal with it. It only eradicates that for so long. And then, you know, like I say, and then it escalates and then it escalates and then it escalates. It's the same way with, for example, I used to watch Criminal Minds quite a lot. You see like serial killers, they will escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate. Even with like Bundy. You know, he couldn't just go after tweens, 17 to like 20 kind of age range was his normal serial killing. He went after a young girl because he wanted to chase. It wasn't satisfying anymore. That's the problem with predators.
I posted on the Whisper app last week because I've been feeling like having the withdrawal and stuff. She said that there's a shock therapy, and I looked it up and I told my doctor about it, but he doesn't want to do it and he wants to wait and see if the pills work. I'm tired of seeing if the pills work.
Christ, Chris, please just send him off to get arrested. I can't take much more of this.
Well, what you did here is hard to excuse, Vincent.
Is that what he threw? He threw a knife into his hat on the table. Fuck.
But I hope you get help with all your other stuff.
Notice how the crying suddenly stops when he's given the opportunity to yammer on and on about his depression.
I just want to die. My life is miserable.
Well, nobody wants you to die.
Yeah, I guarantee there's quite a few people that have seen him and his messages that probably would.
All right, listen to me. Vincent.
Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. Give it to him. Please, 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 please. This is what we're here for.
There's some people over there who are going to get you on the next step to get better, okay? Okay?
Seriously, you told him about the police? I guess it doesn't help that there's a fucking knife on him, so...
I take no glee in any of this, by the way.
I do.
So man to man, will you look at me for a minute? Will you promise to get some help? Please. This too shall pass.
Sorry, why is he quoting? I'm pretty sure that's Lord of the Rings, right?
You shall not pass!
But you gotta get help, okay? Do you promise me?
I wish I just had a heart attack, but I was overdosing on the Adderall.
Look at me.
Look, if you were going to do it, why didn't you do it before you went and tried to hurt a 12-year-old? Because it's not consent, it's rape. In every fucking state. Because you would have done her a favour.
You do me a favor, leave the knife right here. And then once you head right out this way. Okay?
Oh, God.
No, sorry. I forgot. It's been a while since I came with the cameras.
This for the garage?
Wait, stop right there, sir, please.
Considering he had a knife, they really should pat him down.
Yes, behind your back. What do you just shoot me?
He just asked to be shot. I don't feel pity for you, mate. And I don't think they will either, because they've read the chat logs. They know you're a disgusting predator.
You got anything on you?
Just the knife.
Where's that?
In the kitchen.
Anything in your pockets? Anything sticking up there?
I didn't even put two and two together, the fact that he brought a knife to see a 12-year-old. What could he have done to that 12-year-old with that knife? He could have taken her life too. He could have thought, I'm going to do this and then take both of our lives and then no one will ever find out. Or even if they do find out, it doesn't matter. Neither of us will be alive. Okay, it's just a lot of pity party bullshit after that. I'm not going to watch the interrogation just because I imagine it's going to be a lot of, like, you know, again, similar shit.
And she's telling you she's 12, what grade she's in?
Yeah.
Did you believe her? You did?
As you can see throughout the whole conversations, I've always been kind of skeptical.
Skeptical, my ass. Yeah, so I'm not going to watch the police interrogation because I don't understand why police interrogation, like, they just can't update their cameras to anything past the year 2000. Why are they so fucking grainy? I will never understand, because surely they could use like body language sort of thing if you could actually see what the fuck was going on rather than being filmed by like a potato. Oh, he attempted to shift the blame onto the decoy, stating that he was not interested in pursuing the matter, but was convinced by the decoy, who believed she was old enough. He also revealed that he had been talking to someone named Hannah online, who he introduced to the decoy and communicated with. However, it was later revealed that Hannah was posing as an 18-year-old girl to gain the decoy's trust. Yeah, obviously. He stated he originally wanted to have a three-way with the decoy and Hannah, but claimed he was a virgin and had never had any sexual relations with a girl. Yeah, so let's disappoint two girls at once. Sorry. He also admitted to experiment with an 18-year-old male. I fucking called it! I called it! I fucking can read people. He admitted that he knew the decoy he was chatting with was not 18, but claimed he didn't believe she was 12 either. So she was somewhere between underage and 12. Still wrong. Additionally, he confessed to having links to multiple videos of underage girls engaged in sexual activity. He also admitted to having conversations with a 14-year-old girl, but maintained the chats were not sexually explicit. If it hadn't have been this one, it would have been somebody else. After being arrested, he faced 3 felony charges, 1 count of criminal attempted first-degree sexual assault, 1 count of attempted risk of injury to a minor, 1 count of enticing a minor in an obscene performance. In May 2016, he was arrested for the second time when police executed a search and seizure warrant on 2 cell phones in his possession. The search revealed incriminating images, leading to the securing of child pornography warrant. He was subsequently charged with third-degree possession of child pornography. November 14th, 2016, he was convicted of a downgraded charge of criminal attempted second-degree sexual assault, as well as attempted risk of injury to a minor, enticing a minor. As punishment, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison with a suspension after serving 2.5 years. Not even half of his sentence. He revealed a 10-year probation sentence and was required to register as a sex offender for 10 years. Following his imprisonment, he was released January 29th, 2018. Although it isn't mentioned in the interrogation or his confrontation with Hansen, Vincent was very obsessive and threatened the decoy with suicide multiple times when she wouldn't speak to him instantly. Yeah, I had a feeling. I feel like this is not the first time he's used depression to, like, manipulate people. He also contacted another decoy posing as a 13-year-old, which Hansen acknowledged when Ambrose's segment was first released. During the legal proceedings, Ambrose's father would threaten, harass, and even dox Joey of Joey's TCAP channel due to him obtaining and releasing Vincent's police interrogation chat log and photos from the unaired footage. You should be ashamed of your son. Don't protect predators, because you sure are not fucking protecting the children that they're preying on. Yeah, so, moral of the story, don't feel sorry for predators. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you do, make sure to give us a like and subscribe if I like it. I'd really appreciate it. My foot's going numb. I've been leaning on this knee and this leg so much more because I got some more added to my leg tattoo on, Saturday? I really love it. My tattoo artist is so good. Like, he really just gets me and my designs. I have these ideas, he brings them to life, and they're just so fucking good. They're better than even I can imagine. I was really upset to start off with because he's moving to Spain, but thankfully he's coming back every 3 months, which is about how often I get a tattoo anyway. Thankfully I should still be able to get on his books because I really don't want to find another tattoo artist. Especially one that clearly understands my aesthetic. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!